Let's see if I'm live all the way live.
You are live. It says it in the corner.
It does. Why don't I see it? Okay, I am live. Peace, 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 everyone. How's everybody doing? It's been a minute since we did this. I am Patti Patton, and this show was Truth to Power, and my co-host here is Miss Sherice Sr. What's up, sis?
Everybody. What's up, Patti?
Man, it's been a minute. Life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got shit going on in life, and
well, it's the 9th month. It's the month of completion, so it's about right.
Yeah, absolutely. Completion, transformation, the whole 9, right?
Yep.
I didn't even think about what today's date is. What's today? The 8th?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 17, that's 8 and 5, 13, 4, foundation. Okay. Number 4, energy day.
New moon.
Peace to everybody out there. You are tuned into Truth to Power. We are not at We Act Radio tonight because we have not officially launched back the radio show because I've been super, super busy. Cherise has been super, super busy and just haven't had time to do it. But we had decided that we wanted to do our African ancestry to track our DNA. And we're going to talk a little bit about this DNA as it pertains to who we are as beings on this planet, having this life experience, and also about the do I say it, Cherise? COVID vaccine?
I think you should say it. Why not? It's
okay.
Truth to Power.
Okay, this is about about the vaccine that has what they call messenger RNA in it that goes straight to your DNA. So anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. But Cherise and I have our MatriClan tests from African Ancestry. Yeah. Thank you, Gina Page. We're going to come back in about 8 weeks or whenever, they finish the testing or whatever. So we can find out. I'm hot. Wait a minute. Whew. We'll find out our African ancestry. This is AfricanAncestry.com, and Cherise and I, because we are females, we are taking them. Oh, this is the wrong side. But the MatriClan test, which deals with our mother's DNA, right? It's on our mother's side, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, you guys know I got my little surgery or whatever. So, my little hand hurts a little bit. I got my stitches in here. But we're going to open it up. We haven't even opened it up. I've had this for months.
Yeah.
And I told Cherise, I said, let's just open it up when we get on air and see what it says. We're going to go ahead and take our DNA, our precious DNA that we trust Gina Page and her constituents with our DNA, our deoxyribonucleic acid, our genetics. Okay? At AfricanAncestry.com. Shoot. All right, so let's open this up, Cherise, and let's see. We've got some sterile polyester chip applicators, knowledge of power, pioneers in genetic ancestry tracing for the diaspora, founded in 2003 by Dr. Rick Kittles and Dr. Gina Page. African Ancestry is the world leader in genetic tracing for Africans of the diaspora. With the industry's largest and most comprehensive database, over 30,000 indigenous African DNA samples, African Ancestry helps rediscover their ancestral history and expand the way they view themselves and the continent of Africa. So this is really cool.
Yeah.
So this is the MatriClan test that Cherise and I are taking, and the MatriClan test traces maternal ancestry by analyzing the mitochondrial DNA women and men inherit exclusively from their mothers. So we will learn the ancestry of one branch of our family tree through our mother's lineage. Plus, our results are the same for your mother, grandmother, siblings, maternal aunts and uncles, maternal cousins, children, and daughters' children. Okay, they said there's an 8% chance that the result will not be African. If your maternal result is not African, we will identify whether it is European, Asian, Middle Eastern, or Indigenous American, but you will not receive a country or a group. Okay? All right. All right. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Does it say like what do we did? Is there some directions?
Yes, that's this right here are the directions. So it says step 1 is we have to activate the test kit. So we got to visit ancestry.com, africanancestry.com, put in this code in this, and then get ready. Then they'll put us on the clock, and we have 3 hours to take the test.
Okay. So can we do this can we do this while we're live on air?
Yeah, we can. What we can do is just go ahead and do step 2 when we get off. We'll go ahead and do step 1. We'll do 2, 3, and 4. And then when we get off, we'll do step 1 since we have 3 hours to do it.
Okay. So step 2 says, we'll go back and okay, activate the test kit. Because we're not gonna be on here for 3 hours or 2 hours or 1 hour. Right. So get ready to take the test at least 3 hours before. Do not use mouthwash or toothpaste, which I did not. Use caffeine or alcohol. Do not smoke.
I didn't have any caffeine or alcohol, but I have been smoking some marijuana.
Oh, what do you think?
I'm gonna wait. So I'll wait. You do yours, and then I will wait the 3
hours and don't smoke nothing.
No, I won't.
Don't smoke nothing. Don't smoke nothing for a couple of hours, Cherise. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna climb it. 10 o'clock. I'm back at it.
Okay, so it says grab the 2 packages of swabs, open any package, and remove 1 swab. Okay, so I'm gonna remove 1 swab.
Okay, I'll read it while you're doing it. Okay.
Okay.
Then it says, it said, doesn't matter which one. Okay, roll the swab firmly along the inside of each cheek, approximately 20 times on each side. Just roll it around 20 times on one side. You counting? All right.
Other side.
And now 20 on the other side. And so you should lay it down on like that on just something, lay it down on a piece of tissue. It says clean tissue or paper towel.
How about just the sterile paper that came in?
Yeah, I would lay it right back on that.
Okay.
And it says allow it to completely dry. Repeat the process until you have used all 4 swabs.
I don't have 4 swabs.
I don't either. I have 3. I have this many.
I know. Well, maybe we could just do it with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so here's number 2.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. Okay.
And then, okay. All right, yeah, this is pretty straightforward.
All right, that's number 2.
Okay. And then the last one. I don't know why I thought we had to get DNA from one of our relatives. Remember?
We are one of our relatives.
Yeah, I thought in the beginning when they were asking the questions that they were asking if we had DNA of a cousin on our mother's side. And remember? No? Okay.
Okay, here's the other side.
And that's the last one. You should be all dry in there now. You done swabbed all the saliva out.
I don't think it's dry.
No. I'm talking about inside your mouth.
Oh yeah, but it says that the swab is dry.
Yeah, no, you have to wait for them to dry.
Okay. And then after that, what do we do?
Then after that, you're going to place all 3 of them with the tip facing down into this envelope and close it. And then you're going to put it in the other envelope and drop it in the mouth.
Okay.
The only other thing is you should take a picture of this so you have the barcode to track it.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. All right. So I have completed the swab situation. Now we have to wait for Cherise, and we're supposed to have our results within 8 weeks, or at 8 weeks. And Gina Page, which is the co-founder of African Ancestry, she agreed to come and give us our results. I'm kind of nervous. What about you?
You know what's interesting is, and I'm just gonna go out here and go on and say it. You know, when you were reading and they were like 8% chance that your results will not be African.
Like, girl, you a little light skin over there.
What it was, but you know, I mean, who knows? Who knows? We about to see how strong the genes are. We about to see.
You don't never know. We don't never know. So you know what I'm saying? It's like, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, my mom is Jamaican, and my grandfather's Jamaican. Her mother was Indian, so there's that. But my dad is pure black.
Was your grandmother mixed Indian, like Native American, or Indian from India?
She was Native American.
Full blood? Mm-hmm. Your grandmother?
Yeah, my grandmother.
Do you know her?
I didn't know her. She was deceased before I was born. So that's why I speak about it real flippantly. And then it was I don't know, I think it was some sketchiness around her passing. So then no one ever talked about it. And they definitely didn't want to be Indian. They wanted to be American. They were like that.
White American?
No, they weren't. But they wanted to be.
They wanted to be white American.
Yeah, like I just know they wanted to be American.
What's that mean?
They didn't want to have the tag of being Indian or indigenous. I don't know if you remember this, but we used to play this game called Indian Burn. You ever give somebody Indian Burn?
Yeah.
See, that language in itself is racist, but we didn't know that. We used to run around playing cowboys and then somebody running around like we was going to take the man's land and stuff. Like, think about how we thought about what Indians were. I think that's what they were trying to move away from.
You know what? You're absolutely right about that. And I didn't even think about that. I had not even thought about that. But that is the truth. Well, I trust Gina Page and her partner with my DNA, because she and I spoke about this, and she says that they're not using it for anything else. They don't sell it to anybody. You know, it's only for this purposes. And I trust her based on Erykah Badu got hers done. He is now an ancestor, but Chadwick Boseman got his done. Mm-hmm. And a couple other celebrities, not just because I trust them because they're celebrities, but I'm just saying, you know, to go out and speak about this on a platform, I think I know that I trust them with this. So let me go back a little bit about DNA, and I have a working definition for it. DNA is a self-replicating material that is present in nearly all living organisms as a main constituent of chromosomes. It is the carrier of genetic material. The fundamental and distinctive characteristics or qualities of someone or something, especially when regarded as unchangeable. So let's get a little bit into this. I I don't know if anybody's listening right now, but maybe they'll look at this later because they don't know that I'm on air right now.
Right.
I'm going to say this much. I'm a non-vaxxer. I hate these little terminology and little words that people are using today, but I'm not comfortable with the experimental vaccine. Um, I don't trust it. I don't think that is necessary. I know that there's some weird stuff going on how the pandemic came about in the first place. With hearing that it came from a bat in a wet market in Wuhan, China, and then going to maybe it was done in a laboratory and it got out. And the combination of that with 5G, I'm just not cool with that, with the vaccine and messing with my DNA because um, I have a very um, basic medical background because I have a degree in dental hygiene. So, dental hygienists and dentists are the only two oral health care providers, not a dental assistant, dental hygienist, and we're into prevention. So, if you have preventative measures going on, getting your teeth clean, making sure that you maintain those things at home, then you will not need restorative work, which you will get what they call fillings or restorations. So, I have to know about the different types of viruses, bacteria, um, uh, all those kind of germy organisms and things in that nature because I am a oral healthcare provider. Okay, that's what I studied. Okay, even though I don't do it, but that's what I went to school for. So when I heard about the vaccine, um, the first thing that I thought was, okay, New World Order. They're trying to put some kind of a device in my body so they can track me or do something weird. That's the first thing that I thought. But then when I looked into the science of the vaccine and saw that these doctors were using messenger RNA, I know what the basic thing of messenger RNA, what it does. It carries a recipe to your DNA, which is your genetics. I don't fully understand um, if it's a vaccine and a virus vaccine, why not a piece of the virus is in the vaccine like all the other viruses are? Cherise, you want to elaborate? I see your face. I'm like,
no, I mean, I'm with you. I really don't even agree with putting a piece of the vaccine in there. I mean, a piece of the virus in there. It's, because everyone is like, oh, well, you're not a doctor and this and that. And, yeah, but there are just a couple of things that I do know. But I do know is that these vaccines are not even certified yet. They have something that they're putting in the people, I was going to say American people, but people across the world that's not even, it's still in experimental stages. I have a problem with signing up to be experimented on for any reason. Then when like to me, it's really just as basic as knowing just how viruses work. So similar to the flu virus or any of these other viruses that they get, you can get the flu vaccine all day, and we still see people get the flu. Then what are we doing here? And if it's to relieve symptoms, no one should be giving that over to an injection. Oh, well, then relieve symptoms yourself in your daily life and how you treat your body. But why would you have somebody give you something to put in there so you can have lesser symptoms, but it's not going to stop you from getting the virus? What to me, it's simple mathematics. It don't add up.
well, this is the element of fear. This is a fear-based tactic, which I think many people aren't ready to accept and don't really want to hear that. I know that, like you said, you have questions. I have questions. I'm not comfortable. And if it was something experimental and voluntary, I'm just not ready for it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm not
Right.
saying if I'll ever be ready for it, but if I
Right.
have if I have the option to not do it, why do I all the time I'm on Facebook going back and forth with one of my friends, and it's like I'm just slighted as a person that doesn't take care of themselves, that isn't trying to make sure that I don't come in contact with people that may have it, because I don't know what this stuff is. I don't know what this virus is. I don't know what it is.
Right.
But I do my social distancing. I own a nail salon. I make sure that everything is sanitized in my place. I make sure my clients wash their hands when they walk in. Yes, I do, and I've always done that. That's nothing new,
Right.
But I'm tired of being guilt shamed about not doing this, which I think is kind of ridiculous, because I'm just as concerned as the next person. But I'm even more concerned because I understand the foundation of this country. And I understand what they call the Trilateral Commission. I know some different things that maybe some people don't know and don't fully understand. I've been following the chemtrails. I've been following fluoride. The reason I didn't even know for myself why I do not practice dental hygiene is the main thing that they promote, which is fluoride. And we know that fluoride is a poison. It's in rat poisons. It's in all these. It's in the water to calm people down. But also, what it does, it calcifies what they call the pineal gland, which is your third eye, which is your activation. And then it's a vestigial organ, which means it doesn't even work in some of them people. But with our people, we can soar the heights of the world with this thing. You know what I mean? So I just know that
high amounts of mercury in there as well, which we know affect our Black boys. We see that it's responsible for, and they know it, responsible for the spike in autism in our babies.
Yes.
So before COVID came out, and now that just seems to be like regular ingredients in vaccines. It's gonna have mercury. It's gonna have gelatin. And I always say, like, I haven't taken them for forever, or had my children take them because of the pork in them.
Girl, look. There's fetal tissue in some of these vaccines.
Fetal tissue is definitely in the COVID vaccine, or fetal tissue.
I think I need to plug up my computer to make sure.
Oh, is it beeping on you? That's the first thing I did. I was like, this thing will go out.
What did I do with? Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta make sure that I can plug it up. All right. Yeah. So it's like my concerns are the things that since I've really been conscious about what's going on in this world, where I have a spiritual revelation and ascension, and the things that I've been looking into.
Right.
I ain't cool. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not really cool with this stuff. So wait a minute, Cherise. Do you think these Q-tips are dry?
Yeah, they should be.
Okay, wait. Hold on a second. Hold on. I wanted to make sure that
Your wall is nice, girl. That wall is banging. We need to talk about that.
Girl, those are my friends. Yes. My cousin unfortunately passed away, but she had traveled Africa, so I got a lot of her artifacts and stuff. So wait a minute, let's get back to the conversation, but I want to do this now so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do I do?
So now you take them tip down and put them in the envelope and then seal it. And that envelope has a barcode on it, so I would take a picture of that barcode.
Okay.
Just to have it, but it looks like it matches. It looks like it matches the outside of the envelope, so it'll match up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the same number on the bottom of my envelope.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it right now, so then you guys saw that I took it, and then I just put it in the mailbox tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I've done mine now. Cherise is gonna do hers later.
Good.
If you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to Truth to Power. Sherice Sr. and I are actually taking our test for African ancestry, so we can get our MatriClan test, which goes into our mother's ancestry, and hopefully it will be showing some things that we are from Africa somewhere. Because the African didn't circumnavigate the globe, so hey, could be like that.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's get back to the DNA, because this is tied into the DNA too. If you can find out where my ancestors came from taking my DNA, why would I trust you to take your synthetic messenger RNA wrapped in some kind of protein to go into my cells in my DNA to get to a receptor site that's supposed to stop this virus from killing me? Can't my immune system do that? And if my immune system can't do that, well, maybe I need to think about getting healthy. Maybe I need to think about doing some things to boost my immunity, because what I learned from Dr. Sabi was that disease can't live in a healthy body. Can it?
It cannot.
And if you don't know that you're healthy,
then get healthy.
But if you don't know, because I it just kind of takes me someplace when somebody says, "Oh, this person was completely healthy and they died." Do they know if they had a vitamin D deficiency? Do they know if they had any kind of coronary issues? Because I've had 2 friends that recently got stents put into their the arteries, because they were clogged, and they didn't even know it. They just felt like they had arm pain, you know what I mean, and all that other stuff. So I don't know.
So then that, and then if there is the clogging of the arteries comes from eating a lot of fatty foods, particularly meat. And then, and it gets clogged. It calcifies the blood, and it causes blockages. My mother had those, and we used to have a bunch of stent cards. So just in case she set off the metal detector going through the thing, and then she could also just let them know where the stents were. But they would put the blue dye in and look to see if there were any blockages. And then they would put in these little balloons thingies and blow them up. But they never once was like how to get rid of or to not have again. It just became a thing where she kept repeating it, and we kept going to get stents put in because her blood kept clogging. So
she kept the same diet. She kept on eating what she was eating.
She was, So she died. She died from complications to diabetes. But before she died, she went blind. She lost She lost the use of her legs, and her kidneys. The kidneys were gone. So she was on dialysis. I mean, the whole gamut. And it was all because of her eating habits.
I have to do better. I admit, I have to do better. I really do. And I realize that when I eat good, I'd eat good. When I eat bad, I eat bad. But I gotta get disciplined. Because I know better.
Yeah.
And
I have to say that having someone around who, is not gluttonous helps, because my eating habits have definitely increased. I wasn't so bad, and I had, we have certain information, but having someone around, helped me to really pull that together. Now it's not even a thing. I don't even think about eating bad. It's not even really something I want. And then after you see the effects over and over again and how you feel, then, who the heck wants to go back to feeling like trash?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You know what? I think there's a lot of things that I personally needed to purge in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it, especially with this new moon. I wrote down my intentions of what I want and what I want to get rid of and what I want to bring in. I did that last night. Oh, I'm having deja vu.
Right.
So I have to do better. I definitely have to do better because I'm not being consistent like I'm supposed to. And they got this chicken place down the street that I live in an area, they got all kinds of different kind of food, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And even when I go to the Ethiopian spot, I need to really be mindful of that injera that I'm eating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Excuse me. And but every day I take my steam off.
Well, that's good. It's something. It is helping, and it is a boost. And boy, imagine when we were in Honduras, the sea moss was just washing up, purple sea moss, just all over the beach.
Really?
Yes.
So
all over, like we were just walking on it.
So does it come from the rocks?
No, it came from the ocean. It washed ashore.
Because I thought sea moss that the divers go for are the ones that are on the rocks that they pull out to take the minerals from the rocks.
Yeah,
so when you went to Honduras, Cherise is talking about she went to Dr. Sebi's village, the Usha village, and do they use sea moss in their drinks and things like that?
Oh, absolutely. They have like nightly sea moss, like a hot sea moss drink that they drink. Yeah, sea moss and those bitters. The bitters in water though, not in alcohol. It's
bad.
Hard stuff to take.
How much you have to take? Did you take?
They take it every day in like a glass, like about that much. I would say about 4 ounces. Looks like to me.
And what's in it?
The bitters. Oh, it's a bunch of herbs, indigenous to Honduras. Don't get me lying, but I know it's like guaco and Oma Grande. And they really, the herb Oma Grande is an herb for men and male vitality, but they're still, I'm sure, benefiting it for women. But there are about like 10 herbs or so in there, and they, cook it down. And that's normally where you see Asami with the bitters and alcohol, but there they put it in water.
So and why don't they put theirs in alcohol?
I think because, there are people who are coming, with a myriad of issues. So, should addiction be one of them?
Right. Got you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that doggone bitters that Asami has. I'm like, dude, like, I'm feeling kind of like I just took a shot of some Jack or something. I'm like,
yes, it is. It does, pep you up like that. And so I take a shot and I'm with him every day. Oh, I'm throwing them back. I'm making sure I get my herbs in.
Oh my gosh, you guys, you're speaking. I mean, watching Sherice Sr. and myself, Truth2Power Radio. We haven't gone back to WEAC Radio yet because just been really busy living life, doing our things, taking care of our business. But we wanted to come on to do this broadcast because I actually did my cheek swab test with African Ancestry, and Cherise is going to do hers later. So we're going to mail them off tomorrow so we can get our results back at the same time. But I really feel like, us just having this about DNA and then about the vaccine is really about DNA and it's really about our genetics. I guess, some people, they say, well, you don't know the vaccines that you got when you were a child and you just took them or whatever and blah, 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 blah. But this is different. What he got to say? No.
You saw him come.
What up, homie?
He walked out. Yeah, he's going back to kill rats.
Oh Lord, that's that B more, man. Yeah, we got him here too in DC. I had to call 311 because they were having a party like the other week. I couldn't take it. I was like, I need a doggone drawbridge to come in my house. Like it was that bad.
In your backyard?
In my alley. They weren't in my yard. They were just in the alley. But they
can get in the alley. That's the.
I mean, they were jumping on top of each other.
Yes, they play. They play. They have fun. They squeak and be running around. Yes.
Sherice, stop. I don't want to hear that.
Girl, I'll tell you about my little concoction when when off the air, but that's what I just put it on out there to
gave
kill
me
it.
some.
And
And I threw it in my neighbor's yard. And when I came back from Puerto Rico, it was a few of them on my step. I said, "What the hell did they come up on my? Did they kick them out or something?" I was like,
right.
I don't know what happened. But you know what? I might have thrown them because I left so early in the morning. It was dark. I was just throwing them in there. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But never
because they get them and they take them and eat them. So the ones that got them died. It was just the other ones didn't.
I'm just thinking right now. I'm trying to renovate my house, right? So I'm thinking like in my front yard, what can I put out there that they can't run from my neighbor's yard into my yard to my other neighbor's yard? Like I'm thinking of tactics of some type of fencing that has some kind of screen on it that they can't run through my yard or they can't jump over the top. Like I'm thinking of having something that sticks up so they can't. This is ridiculous.
No, I get it. It's that serious too, because if you don't address it, they will take over. Like they are
in my basement of my house for years, and I never knew it. Yeah. And when a mouse came in my house and it got stuck on a sticky thing, because I had a mouse before that, about a year before that.
Uh-huh.
And like, mind you, I had been here probably about 18 years at that point. No, maybe like 15 years at that point.
Yeah.
The exterminator looked in the joist of where my house connects to the other house next door, and I knew it was coming from there, and I knew it was coming from there. Mm-hmm. And I have to figure out now how I'm gonna kind of, because they probably run up her steps, go in, and then run down my steps or something. But anyway, I haven't had any. I had the whole thing cleaned out and everything is fine. So
okay, good.
But anyway, we've been talking about raps. We're talking about DNA.
We catching up. This is Truth to Power, y'all.
Yeah, this is Truth to Power. Sherice and I haven't had a show in a long time. We've been hitting and missing each other, whatever. She's been traveling and doing her thing, and I'm so happy for you that you are manifesting what you asked for.
Man. And like right on time and in time, I said, I told him, I said, man, I'm watching my dreams come true.
Yeah.
I'm not at the end of my life, full of vitality and life and just everything. And I'm watching the things that I want just play out. I give thanks because not only have I been, dutiful, and it's not really a pat on the back, but I'm here for it because I've been down. I've been waiting. I've been patient, and it's here, and I am thankful.
Give thanks. And you know what? And that does work. I see it a lot in my life and just trying to balance myself with my foundation, of where I exist from, being here in DC and living here and understanding why am I here and I'm not back in Los Angeles. So it was already evident to me based on the moves that I made. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the next move, I had to get rid of some people out of my life because they didn't they didn't gel with my energy. It just wasn't working. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just gotta let that thing go because you'll cut yourself off from the other things that need to come into your life. You know what I mean? And I give thanks.
I say that again, man.
And I give
a lot that happens a lot, but go ahead.
But I give thanks, because that individual came to assist me in my self-love and what I needed to do for me. It may have been hard, it may have been arduous and crazy, but I probably needed that because I'm really hard-headed, and I really kind of needed that to shake me up so I could really understand who I am outside of myself, looking at myself through the reflection of that person. You know what I mean? So it's all good. And now I'm just excited about moving forward, like with my business. Once my hand actually it was a little better today, but I think I did a little bit too much because, they have to slice it open and then stitch it up. And it's now starting to heal from the inside.
Right.
So
it's a little tender. Does it hurt or?
No, it hurt the first day. And the second day, it hurts if I touch it too hard.
Yeah.
Or I can't lift up stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Next week I get the stitches out, but I can bend my thumb now. Before I couldn't even do this.
Oh, are you doing? Did they give you exercises to do, or that's later on?
Yeah, that's later on because I got this one done in May, so I can bend it, and it's just a little bit sore, like from 1 to 10, it might be a 2.
Oh, okay.
But it takes like 6 full months for it to totally get back. But trigger finger is when your tendons that go through this like little hole, and it squeezes them, so it doesn't have a chance to get through. So when you bend your fingers, it gets stuck. It's tendonitis. Yeah. So yeah. So I just look. I'm tired. I don't want no steroids. Just go ahead and do surgery. I'll be good because this one is fine. But nevertheless, I have more time now to do my my handcrafted products and my herbs and stuff. Why am I so hot? I'm like, am I having a hot flash for real? Like, what the hell is going on? But it's kind of humid out here for real. I mean, even the weather has been nice in DC. It's still a little bit, the humidity is still a little bit high, and I don't have any air on right now. So I ain't that hot. I ain't that hot flashed out,
Girl, I get hot flashes every now and then, but I realize, and I tell everyone this because I've experienced this for some years now. They're directly related to the sugar intake. The sugar intake hits that hormone and that is, and our body is confused. So the estrogens level drop, right, which causes hot flashes. Your mind doesn't, because your estrogens level drop, your mind doesn't know how to read temperature well all the time.
Right.
So that's where, so sugar exacerbates that because I guess it's tricking the mind into it being estrogen or something. I don't know.
Right.
Converts into because it's sugar, so it's sugar in it exacerbates that hormone that you don't have anymore, confuses the brain, thus the hot flashes.
Well, what? I'm really glad I don't have a sugar fix. Like, I could really care less about sweet stuff. And when I'm
talking about like in your drink or in, you know what I mean, in whatever.
Yeah, I some people are like, oh, I gotta have a cookie or I gotta have a piece of cake or something. I'm not that. I'm a Mexican.
That's not your thing.
Give me some salsa and chips.
Yeah,
which is not always the best thing. But I'm serious. I mean, I need to turn some air on. Is it kind of humid out there? Is it humid in Baltimore?
No, I feel pretty good in here. I was burning up when I got on because I was out in the garden moving around. But since I've been sitting down, I feel pretty good.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? Okay. Tell Asami, I know I've been eating chicken. So that's probably what the problem is.
Oh, those hormones. Yes. The hormones in the food.
I know. I went to the grill yesterday and got me some jerk chicken.
Oh, girl. I want some curry goat.
Well, you guys, you know what? It's good for Cherise and I to, reunite back again. We're going to do Truth2Power soon, get back on a regular basis, talk about some things. But we wanted to share our experience with you we wanted to share our experience that we're going to have with the African Ancestry MatriClan DNA test. And, just speak a little bit about our lives, what's been going on, what we've been thinking about. This pandemic has been really, really something. I was telling someone the other day, I was like, I have a nail business and I just pimped it out. Like, it's nice. Like, when you come in there, you feel like the king and queen that I want you to feel like, because I fashioned it behind a Kemetic temple. And I want you to feel that you are the divinity that you are. You know what I mean? So I put a lot of time and energy into it. And what if I have to take the vaccine in order to service clients? What am I going to do? I don't know. I have one new employee, which will be starting this Sunday. She is vaccinated, and she'll be doing Sundays or whatever. But we'll see.
Is that something that is a conversation with your clients? Are they asking you?
Well, I did have one client that told me that their spouse was not going to come back because I'm not vaccinated. And then I had another client that she had been coming and she's vaccinated, but she was going to go see a family member, and they had just had a heart attack. So she wanted to know if I was vaccinated or not. And I was like, no. She's like, well, I don't want to take the chance because I'm going to go see him, and I don't know what that means. I don't know if she's coming back or not. And she's been my client for many years, but I did make it plain to her that I don't have any interest in taking the vaccine.
But but in that line of thought, and of course everyone is free to feel how they feel, but in that line of thought and what we know about the vaccine, whether you're vaccinated or not, you can pass it on to someone. So she's vaccinated, she could pass it. The likelihood of either of you passing it on is the same.
And getting it is the same. Now, the only thing that they say the difference is that the severity of the symptoms are different, but that's not true because people have died from it. So what do you?
Right. I mean, that's what I'm just saying. Like when we follow the logic and what they're saying, her interaction with you being vaccinated or not is neither here nor there.
Because Jessica had her practice client came in and got her nails done, and she said that she and her boyfriend got the vaccination in May, and they both came down with COVID.
Right.
So I also know I have a friend that came down with COVID, and I immediately made her some pineapple skin tea, where I take the pineapple skin and I boil it with some cinnamon because it has a lot of bromelain in it, which helps with inflammation. And then I made her some sea moss just with the pineapple and the ginger, and no agave, just pineapple, ginger, and lemon. And I had her take like 2 tablespoons of that a day, and then take another tablespoon with the hot bromelain tea. She said, "Girl, I could like smell and taste like I don't know." She said she knows that helped her, get over it for sure.
Yeah.
So my issue is with this vaccination being the only go-to thing that you can do.
Right.
Why is it the only go-to thing that you can do to boost your immune system or get yourself back healthy?
Right.
Why isn't there any holistic means that could be done? So why can't you and I do a trial? They do the experiments. Why can't we experiment with holistic herbs and things like that?
Right. I and the way it's done is very divisive. Since when have we been so vocal about our medical lives? I mean, the HIPAA laws and all, like, since when have we shared so much about what we're doing medically? But now it's open business. Like, have you done this medical thing? It's insane.
It's more than what it looks like to me. And I was explaining this to someone that wishes me well, and they really want me to make sure that I know that people in their family passed away or whatever, and they care about me. I understand that, but if I told you 5 times that I'm good and I'm not comfortable where this is right now, I don't know what I'll be 2 years from now or next year. I don't know. I am not comfortable with how it came about in the first place, and the whole 5G thing. Like I said, we were speaking about things that have been happening for years with the chemtrails, with the GMOs. Like, there's a plethora of things that have been happening to make sure that people may not be as healthy as they can be, if they're not really looking at it into it. You know what I mean? Like you said, the mercury that's in the fillings and the amalgams, the lead poisoning in the water. Your skin is an organ. So if you're taking a bath and you got lead, look what happened at what's the place in Detroit and with the water issue.
You talking about the water? It was lead poison.
Right.
They got lead poison.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a plethora of things that are going on, and not just this pandemic thing just happening all of a sudden. You know, this is just where we are right now, because I saw it when we had to do the what's that, the ID, the real ID. Everybody had to do the real ID, change up everything and be exactly the same by a certain date, right? And then now it's with this vaccine. It was experimental, but they're like, oh, we have 6 months of trial, we're comfortable, and blah 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 blah. I don't know. And I'll be, look, I don't believe a damn thing. I either know or I don't. So I'm gonna say I don't know. And I'm gonna continue to stay over in my little house by myself. And I go to work with a mask. And my surfaces that I work on are definitely sanitized to the you know, the degree that there's no problem with anybody that's going to transfer anything to anybody or get transferred to. So yeah, that's just where I am. But switching back to the DNA, I'm excited to find out, because you know what's funny? I was looking at a YouTube video of Rock Newman, and he took the African Ancestry test.
Oh my God, what did Rock's thing say? Oh no.
Basically, he wasn't black.
That's what he said. Like, how could it say that?
Because
how? I mean, wasn't his dad? I'm not taking it.
His parents are mixed. His parents are mixed.
His parents are mixed.
They look white. You have to go back in YouTube and look at it. But he was just like, dang. He said, you know, I just assimilated with black people, and I thought I had at least 80-something% black. It was like 20%.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very little.
So the one drop rule is not the case in the. What is the little one drop rule? If you have a drop of.
You know what? I don't know the specifics of it, but I know I don't know if he took the PatriClan or the MatriClan. I can't remember which one he took. Or I think he took both of them. He did take both of them. I do remember that. He took both of them. But in those results, there was like no Native American. There was like very, 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 very little African. They couldn't go back to a tribe.
Oh yeah, like now that I think about it, yeah, I just realized that this is my mother's side. I mean it. I know, like I knew that it was my mom, but I kept saying, "Well, my daddy." Oh, well, we won't know because oh Lord.
The only way you can do your dad if it's your dad or your dad's brother or your dad's brother's son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can do your paternal side and do the PatriClan that way. But the MatriClan is our mom. Because see, my mother, I was told, and look, I'm just saying what I was told, that on my maternal, no, not on my maternal, but on my paternal side of my mother's, my mother's side, her
your
father,
mother's mother, your mother's father,
my mother's father, people were Blackfoot Indian, and this is what my aunt told me, but I kind of think, I don't know if they were Blackfoot or not. I would kind of say that they were Choctaw, because we're from Meridian, Mississippi, and there was a lot of Choctaw in that region, in that part. Maybe it was Blackfoot Indian, Native American. I don't really know, but that's what my aunt told me. I remember when she came to LA, my mother was transitioning, because my mother transitioned to cancer too. And she said, yeah, she says, you know, outside we are Blackfoot Indian. And I was like, and I had never heard of it before. You know what I mean? I never even thought about it. You know what I mean?
No.
And I know on my mother's side, they were Baileys. And I think that has something to do with Irish people. I don't know. Maybe we Twa. Maybe part of the Twa, African Twa. I don't know. Hell. But we will find out. in a couple of months. We're gonna find out for sure.
So is there anything that can come back that would disappoint you? Is there anything that it could say that you would be totally upset about? I mean, because you are who you are, regardless of I
wouldn't be upset. I would not be upset because I know as African American, we're mixed with many different races, right? But I think that the Native American part may have been something that I held on to when my aunt said it. But no, not really. I think it's really funny that a lot of Ethiopians think that I'm Habesha, because of this forehead.
I can see that.
Yeah, a lot of them think that I'm Habesha, but I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dominish.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy if it came back East Africa. Wouldn't that be something? But what about for you? What would you be upset about?
I would not like to hear what Rock Newman heard. I would not like that.
Cherise, I don't think so. You have African features, sis. Trust me. Somebody a little bit closer mixed up in that joint. You might be pale as hell, but I don't know.
Something somewhere got to be. I mean, again, from my mom's side, like the more I think about it, boy, yeah, I'm excited. I want to know. Now I want to know. I really didn't, but I want to know.
There's definitely European in both of our sides somewhere. There definitely is.
Oh, definitely.
But the percentages of it, I'm interested.
It's going to be interesting.
Yes. I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
I do know.
See me? Can you still see me? Okay.
Yeah.
My whole screen went away.
Yeah, it's in one of your back screens. Remember how it moves or something? Did somebody call you on the phone?
Yeah. So how do I get back so I can see you? I can't see you.
If you go down, like in one of your corners or something you got to go back to and click. I remember that happening when we were in the studio. When your phone rang, it popped out.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Well, I don't want to mess anything up. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I think we need to kind of finish this.
Yeah, well, it's about 2 minutes left, and we can see you. You are in the same exact position as you were, so you good.
Okay, well, I can't see you guys. All I do is see is a Google screen, and I'm kind of scared. Wait, let me see. Yeah. Oh shit! See, everything went away. Everything went away, but it's all good. All right, Cherise. So we are gonna wrap this up. Okay, here you go. You're back. I'm back. Hey,
everybody.
Hey. Okay. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might continue to do this
having me.
Way. Yeah, because you living all the way out in Jablip, and then you're gonna be further out in another damn country soon. Shit. So we can't go to the station anymore anyway. So Mr. Kimon Freeman, Angry Black Man in Therapy, we're going to send you our shows. Okay. We're gonna have to work out
something. And but Wi-Fi works there, so we still on.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Cherise. And I look forward. Do not forget, give yourself, what time is it? It's 8:30, 9, 10, 11. Don't go to bed early. 11:30, do your little swipe. Whatever the last time you smoked your marijuana, your Mary Jane, go 3 hours after that. Go ahead and do it.
Exactly. Right, I got like 2 more hours.
All right, cool. So you guys are tuned into Truth to Power. Sherice and I just did a little blip, whatever. I'm sure you guys will see this later. It's on my YouTube channel, which is Truth to Power Show. That's upside down. Oh, no, it's not. Truth to Power Show. Yeah, you got it. So we came on air and we did our swabs for our African Ancestry MatriClan test, so we can do our DNA to trace our ancestry, because DNA is our genetics. and they're our genetics. I don't want nobody messing with mine. Okay. And
That's right.
we'll be back soon. I don't know. We'll see what's up. You know, I know this takes 8 weeks. I might be back sooner. We might be back sooner to do some more shows because we got a lot to talk about for real. I just been super busy. And so Cherise. You know, we definitely do. Definitely do. Don't you have a born day coming up?
Yep, huh? The 27th, girl. I'm gonna be 49 years old. Years young.
Yes, you sure are. Mm-hmm. So what you got anything planned?
Honduras. Because you know his born is right after. So yeah, we going to celebrate.
So you both are Libras?
Yeah.
That's so wonderful. So much air. That's why I love y'all. Because I'm Sagittarius. I'm fired. So you feed the fire. You guys just want.
Yes.
Look. It's just a trip how people come together. You just don't never know, right?
It is a trip.
Look, we already had that conversation. It's all to the good.
I thank you so much, show, man. It all meshed together.
Yes, it did. It's wonderful. Well, tell Asami I said peace. And thank you again, sis, for coming on. And I look forward to both of us getting our results, okay?
Yes. Yes.
All
right, so everybody. We'll see y'all again out there.
Yeah, we'll see y'all later. This is Patti and Sherice Sr. for Truth2Power. And we is out. Peace.
Peace.
Leave the studio. All right, so we out of here, you guys. Thanks for coming. See you next time. Peace and love.